hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Speed and a Larva, two incredible players here on Polestar. Bottom right, it is a Larva. Bottom left, it is Speed. A red versus brown. Not my favorite color combination, but brown does not get enough representation on my channel. So, let's go ahead and see what's going on here in this TVZ. Terry is counting the right direction here. Hopefully he can survive till the end of the game. I wish I could mark units when we're watching replays to see if they survive to the end of the replay, but that's probably too much to ask to the current development team of Brood War, which is just like one intern just keeping an eye on reported bugs and maybe not fixing them. So we got an SCV moving out, not for a proxy, not for proxy barracks, just going ahead and throwing down a supply depot and then a barracks and then maybe expanding based on the result of a scout that is going to show up in about a minute here or so. So, 4-player map here. Do we feel confident going hatch first against Speed? Larva on a 4-player map? I feel like he is. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be a hatch first, and then a pool, and then gas. Because you never know when it's going to be a proxy, and a hatch gas pool is a little bit too risky, especially against somebody as good as Speed is. So, again, Terry, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know Vespine gas is your favorite food, or maybe your favorite narcotic. I don't know what you like. So, here we are, scouting with Terry. Terry the Overlord merch at falconpaladin.store. And we are integrating the store into YouTube. So, that is something interesting that we're doing in the Falcon Paladin ecosystem here. He sees the barracks. He goes, okay, so I know what you're doing. Excellent stuff. I can go ahead and feel safe about my hatch first into a pool, and now I can take my gas. The SCV says, hey, look, it's a hatch first, scouting the right direction. So both players scouting the right direction on a 4-player map. The odds were not in that favor, but hey, never tell me the odds, Han Solo said once. And that is good advice. Get out of here, says the Marine. Get out of here, Overlord. I know you have 200 HP, and my little gun here only does 6 damage. But get out nevertheless. Overlord scouting, just, you know, just scouting this section of the map. And what the heck? Are we okay, trying to bunker rush off of a non-proxy here. And hey, look, 4-lings on the way. The bunker, oh my gosh, is it going to finish? Is it actually going to finish here? Nope, not going to finish. Canceling it is Speed. And yeah, just I guess messing around here is Speed. Good stuff. Again, if it's not going to be a proxy, if it's not going to be any kind of a proxy here, bunker rushing a hatch, it's just it's just a weird idea from Speed here. Maybe trying to psych out Larva. Lair, done. Here at 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Can we get a Spire started sub 4 minutes? And yes, we can. 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Spire started here from Larva. So it's going to be a 2-hatch muta, maybe a 3-hatch muta. Look at that. Look at that early gas on the second there. So all the gas is going to Mutalisks here. Well, other than, you know, metabolic boost. Metabolic boost on the way here. We've got an academy for upgrades for Terran as well. Terran doesn't want to be left out in this upgrade fiesta here that Larva is doing. Well, upgrade fiesta. Metabolic boost, and that is it. Maybe we will see a +1 carapace. Hey, look, it is a 3rd hatch. So a 3-hatch muta opening here. Oh, and yeah, I watched a video from Red Letter Media. They talk about movies a lot of the time and some just kind of general pop culture stuff. And they were talking about how a lot of channels are seeing some kind of ad well, not ad revenue, but views getting cut down on a lot of people's videos since August. And I was like, I'm actually seeing some of that too. And they're like, it kind of seems like a big YouTube thing. So what there actually is there is a setting in YouTube that is restricted mode. And it seems weird because you're like, well, does restricted mode mean that if a video's been age restricted because it's deemed inappropriate for children, then you don't see that content? No, that's not what that means. Restricted mode seems to mean that it will not show you content on someone's channel at random. Like, even if something is not age restricted, even if something is not intended for children, even if something is intended for children, sometimes it just won't show it. So I'm wondering if that's going on for a lot of people, because it seems to have been put onto a lot of channels by default without even asking the user if that's what they want. So maybe check out the restricted content, restricted mode on YouTube and see if that's on for you. If you've been like, huh, Falcon hasn't been posting a lot recently. Because I promise you, I've been posting 6 days a week on this channel, StarCraft Brood War, folks. So if you're like, there hasn't been a lot of StarCraft content from Falcon. Nope, there has. Interesting stuff. Anyway, the mutas are out. +1's coming in. More mutas are on the way. Third base coming in top right. Pretty standard stuff. Mutas diving on into the main base. There's not a turret here yet. Speed! You're cutting corners, man. You're getting punished for it. We don't like that at all. Now these Marines are kind of trickling in, stringing in. Yeah, he's going to kill this. He's going to kill every Marine here. Oh my gosh. Well, Speed's dead. I mean, I don't want to call it too soon, but he doesn't have a turret. Every turret he's trying to build is getting canceled. Or at least paused. Every Marine responding to this dies. Finally, that turret finishes. And so more Marines show up. But dude, that Marine count got absolutely crushed. The SCV count got hit. This bunker's got 1 Marine in it. So guess who doesn't have to be worried about that? Larva doesn't. He kills the bunker. Because all the Marines had to get out of the bunker to get into the main base. Because this attack just completely caught Speed off guard. Apparently. I have no idea how Speed was so unprepared for that. I've never seen him struggle so much. With a standard 2-hatch muta timing. I mean, he got the Spire down starting before 4 minutes. That's about as fast as you can do it with a 2-hatch muta build. So I guess Speed thought he had a couple more seconds to finish that turret and he would have been fine. But no, he did not. +1 flyer attack continuing to come in. This is not a canceled thing. Out of Larva, he recognizes how good these mutas have been. And he's going to keep investing in them. He's making 3 more Mutalisks. Oh my gosh, another SCV, another Marine. This is some of the most cost-efficient muta harass I have seen in a long time. And it's against Speed, ASL qualifier Speed, ASL playoff player Speed. He is not someone who's garbage. He is not someone who's, you know, a high-level amateur in Korea playing StarCraft. He is awesome. And he just kind of got caught with his pants down, which is not what you want to do in a game of StarCraft. He scans in, sees no sunkens, and says, maybe we can get in there, but look at this. Look at this surround. Lings, mutas jumping in. The +1 flyer attack is not even done yet, and he's going to crush this attack. Now it finishes just as the final medics are getting killed. I guess they died a little bit faster because the +1 attack was done for these mutas. All right, so Larva's going to win this game. He completely shuts down the initial attack. The third base is happy. Oh, never mind. There's a single Marine up here. Dude, he's got a kill. He's going to get another kill. He does. He gets 2 kills. 2 drones down. All right. Speed needs to do that about 10 more times, and he can get back in this game. I believe in him. I believe in this dude. He's not going mech. He's known for his vulture usage. And we're probably not going to see many of those today. Although, once again, you have a factory, even when you're going SK Terran. And you might as well make some vultures out of it, because why not? They're cheap. You can put spider mines everywhere. It makes moving around the map very hard for the Zerg player. This is +1 full stack of mutas. So we'll see if we do get some vultures. He's getting a machine shop on that factory, so I assume... Look, here's the deal. It's going to be vultures if it's Ling Ultralisk. But if it's the Hydra meta out here of Larva, it's going to be tanks. I mean, he could do both. He could get siege mode. He could... Nice snipe. He could get spider mines and vulture speed and then just kind of decide what he wants to do from there. It's a little bit too big of a group of Marines here, and really well positioned too by Speed. Really well done. Man, 69 to 71 supply. The Zerg player's ahead in supply at 930. It is Hydras, by the way. Unless these all turn into Lurkers, which they are going to do. This Marine stims on into the natural base. Guess who doesn't have a sunken here? And it's a slow Hydra chasing this dude. He gets another Marine kill. Okay. Like I said, speed. If he can get a few more drone kills, a few more run-bys, maybe get a successful drop-off into the main base or into the third, he can pull this thing off. But for now, looking bad for him. More scanning. He sees the hive. He sees the Defiler bound. Cool. Sees a Nidus. The Kel Surprise on the Nidus at the third base. Of course there's one of those. It is Ion Thrusters. And it is Vulture Productions. Remember when I was like, we're not going to see Vultures? And then I remembered that we probably would see Vultures, and then we saw Vultures. That was cool. That was a good memory. Adrenal, Larva, I love you. I love you. Please make Adrenal. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be Hydra meta, simply because we're not getting upgrades for Hydras at all. Scans the Lurker's high ground, says, let's not go there. It's got to be an Ultralisk Cavern, man. This has to be what he's working on. Nidus, yes. Sunken, yes. Prioritizing, defending what he has, and then he's going to tech into, it's got to be Ultralisks. Big push up, but I mean, Lurker's high ground. You don't have any science vessels with this group. No Irradiate available either. Spider-Mine's getting researched. Irradiate's getting started. Well, come on. There's going to be Lurkers on this high ground. Okay, but also there's going to be Lurkers on the high ground. The initial Marines do get wiped out by the responding Mutalisks. Nicely done there by Larva. If that whole group got up here, I think this would be a dead third, potentially. That's a lot of Lurkers. Yeah, never mind. He was going to charge up there. It's a fairly narrow ramp. You can mine out these minerals and widen it out, but no, Zerg player's not going to do that. Not against Terran. Yeah, he scans and then he runs for it. Absolutely. One sunken here. Irradiate finishing up. It doesn't take that long to get that upgrade. And I don't know what happened to these. What the heck happened to these drones? Drones? Drones, are you okay? What happened to you? Speed up. Maybe we'll keep a closer on the mini-map here. These Lurkers thought about poking in, and then they went all the way home, got inside the Nidus, popped out of that Nidus, so we know what that is. Oh, Vultures got dropped? Two kill Vulture in here. Was there a drop ship? Okay, we're rewriting again. Sorry if this annoys some of you. I know some of you appreciate it. Some of you hate it. You're kind of split on Falcon rewinding. Did he just run them in? Where are... He did! Oh my gosh, he didn't drop these at all. La 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 la. Just walking Vultures into your front door. Oh my gosh. Alright, cool. So, yeah, gonna kill a Zergling. Gonna sit back. Get a drone kill. Get another drone kill. Slow Hydras are responding to these Vultures, so that kind of sucks. 3 kills on that one and 1 kill on that one. All right. I mean, look. All the drones had to go to the natural base. It's a lot of lost mining time. It's oversaturating the natural. This was beautiful. And all because the Larva decided he didn't want to put like a second sunken at his front door. He didn't want to have any lings around. Look, these drones have to fight this guy to finish him off. That's crazy annoying. Okay, so that's a third good thing that Speed has done to win this game. I said he needed to do about 10. So we'll take it. We'll take progress on that front here. So it is Speed Vultures with Spider Mines. Still no sign of anything. I think he's still trying to... Oh, my... Okay, well, the natural base is in a lot of trouble here. One sunken's not enough to defend it. Larva. Oh, man. Larva is trying to cut some major corners here, and he's getting so punished by it. Drones dying all over the place. This hatchery's in danger, but it probably isn't going to die. The positioning of these Marines is kind of genius. Out of speed, plus he shuts down the 4th base attempt, Spider Mines it up, gets Vultures into the 3rd base while he's at it, gets another Lurker kill, one more Lurker kill for the road. Oh, this is incredible. Mech upgrades. Speed trying to transition into mech here. You know, based on the Marine upgrades here at 1-1, they're not getting further upgrades, and it is going to be a Siege Tech ability. He might be transitioning into mech. Dude, these Vultures are still winning up here. I thought they were dead. What? 6 kills on this Vulture? What is happening? What? Okay. All right, new record for most rewinds in a Falcon cast has been set today, my friends. Look at this. Okay. Did he drag them out of that third base and then Spider-Mine kill them all? See, these lurkers are here, and then they leave because they need to defend against this, and then Speed very brilliantly sends up 2 vultures to where the army is not. Speeds them in, kills the drone that was going to be a 4th base. That's a win. Spider-Mine's the area. And then comes in here where there's a handful of lings to defend. They're speedlings. They're kind of scary. He drags them down into the Spider-Mines he just laid. Gets an awesome 2 connections there. Re-Spider-Mines the base. Comes back in. This 1 lurker can't... Okay, 3 lurkers can't catch them all, man. Beautiful. Just, man, what did I say about his vulture control? I said it, and I was like, well, we might not see vultures in this game, and I was so wrong about that, and I'm happy I was wrong about that, because this is so great. Yeah, this is exactly the kind of stuff that Speed needs to do if he's going to win this game, and then he just walks into the third base because there's 1 lurker here. There's a Nidus, which represents infinite defenses, kind of. Oh my gosh, does he not have Consume? Larva forgot about Consume. He's running it now. I thought I missed it on the production tab. He just doesn't have it. Dude, Nidus going down is so bad for this base. He's trying to push the natural at the same time. He's irradiating lurkers inside the natural. There are no stacked lurkers here. All right, Speed's back in the game, folks. He's going to get the natural hatch. The 4th, it was going to be a 4-base to 2-base situation here for Larva, but he overextended. He didn't defend his bases properly. He forgot about Consume. And now the natural base of the Zerg player is dead. The 4th base doesn't exist. Marines are charging into the main base, fairly unopposed here. Scourge getting wiped out. Drones trying to run in here. Handful of mutas. Finally, Consume finishes just at the nick of time here. So scary for Larva. He finally gets it off. Another building goes down. Was that a Nidus that he killed? It was a Nidus that he killed. Dude, Speed! To come back from the position that he was in to do this is insane. He's behind the minerals over here. He's trying to get outside of the Dark Swarm as much as he can. He kills 3, 4, 5 more drones. It is 60 to 40 workers. He's going to get the Spire, given half a chance here. Oh my gosh, he gets the Spire. No, focus the Spire. Focus the Spire. Focus the Spire. Focus. Who could get the Spire? Okay. All right. He's abandoning Spire. Spider-Mine kills a lurker. He jumps back in. Come on. It's... Oh, canceling an upgrade would be good. He's kind of also attacking other stuff. He's got dudes up here in the third base trying to win with these guys. These guys are not being nearly as successful, unfortunately. Again, killing the Spire would be so good. There's the Dark Swarm, and Larva does clear this attack out, too. So, okay, these guys are alive. What is happening? A new Nidus. Desperation Nidus is irradiating everything. 3 Marines and a trench coat up here in the third base. This game might be getting an epic tag here at 15 minutes. I cannot believe how good this game has been. Speed's getting a third base finally at 15 minutes, but he needed to get some damage done. That's why he delayed the third. I respect it. Another lurker dies. These Marines aren't even 3-3 Marines. These are 1-1 Marines. Because I'm fairly sure that Speed is trying to mech here. He's making, well, he's still making Marines, but it's Vultures and it's tanks. It's this weird hybrid-y play. Dark Swarm at the natural base will save it. Speed falls back, pushes back for now, anyway. Okay, third base and a fourth base under construction. Okay, this is just bullying at this point. Speed is crushing it. The 3 Marines from that drop earlier come back around, run from the lurkers, get another drone kill. Again, don't be greedy. If you can get another drone kill, you're going to be okay. Then finally, these Lings with Adrenal clear this out, including the medics. Nicely done. Fourth base is coming in. Natural base is coming in. 141 to 78 supply. Remember when the Zerg player Larva was ahead in supply? And I was like, wow, okay, this is going to be really hard for Speed to come back. He totally did. He totally came back, everybody. Man, I imagine there are some Terran players who stopped watching the video when I said that I don't know how Larva loses this game. They were wrong to do so. Wow. Marines run by into the 4th. Cancel on the 4th. Gonna get cancel on the 4th. Kind of attacking lurkers instead of the hatch rate. Little distracted by other stuff that's going on. Okay. Well, he bruised up the hatch. It's going to have about 50% HP once it finishes, which is not ideal for anybody Zerg-related. Vultures heading up this left way. Yeah, it's Vultures, it's upgrades for mech, it's tanks. It is mechy mech transition here for speed. This is insane. I heard a science vessel die. That's a win for Larva. Science vessels dying is always good. Siege tank, 2 kills. What's inside that Dark Swarm? It's enough to keep these Vultures out of here for now. And up 5th base coming in top left. This Crackling could shut this down, but the Ling doesn't know it's happening. He's not in a position. Oh, he checks. He comes around, and he does shut it down. All right, so that was a naked expand attempt by Speed. Did not get away with it. Can't be happy about that. Vultures come over, save the SCV. So it's a pause on the command center. It's not a cancel. It's not a kill on the worker. That's nice. That's a good pickup. And it is Ultralisks. So like I said, no upgrades for the Hydras. What are we just sending Vultures into the natural? Okay. I guess we're just doing this now. He gets out of there. He kills 2-1-2-3 drones. Blood splatter analysis tells us that, but it's 73 to 47 workers. Spider mines connecting inside the natural on Lings. Oh, I still think killing the Spire would have been a massive get for Speed, and the fact that he didn't go for it and instead didn't get anything, which I'm kind of concerned about, is a problem for Speed. But maybe, I don't know, he's got map control. Dude, sniping a Defiler would be so rad. Nice Dark Swarm. These Lings are just not really the answer here. Lurkers, yes. Ultras, yes. Hydras, yes. Lings, no. Kill the Defiler. Kill the Defiler. I know the Defiler has a little more HP and a little more tanky, but dude, 4 kills on this Vulture. Gets back behind the mineral line of the main base again. Stop me if you've heard this one before. There have been so... Look at this. The Lings can't do this. 9 kill Vulture. 9. 10 kills. 11 kills. Finally gets taken out. 11 kill Vulture. Would that all Vultures had 11 kills. Every Terran would win every game. Kindness plating on the way. Trying to attack into this mechy position here. Tanks on siege. Back it out. It is a great zoning out tool. If a Terran's sitting on your front door, throw down a Dark Swarm, and they got to move back at least a little bit. Not saying they'll go all the way home or anything, but yeah, unsieged tanks fighting lurkers. Lurkers dying without getting a lot done here. Lings getting killed by unsieged tanks. Where'd the Vultures go? Spider-Man connections, really? Scourge connections looking really, really good, too. Yeah, there we go. Vultures come up to save the tanks against the Lings, and the Spider-Mine getting a connection on a single Link. It doesn't actually die to the Spider-Mine. How does that even happen? RNG, that's what I say. But yeah, look at this. Look at this. 150 to 112 supply with mech behind it. Gets in behind a mineral line again with Vultures. Not as successful this time. Nice target on the Spider-Mine that time around. And Spider-Mines. Kill a single Zergling. Hey, man, a kill is a kill. Spider-Mines are free. Or are they not free and the Vulture itself is free and you're paying for the Spider-Mines? That's an idea that I've seen more than once. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base on the way from Speed. Now I don't know how Larva possibly wins this game. I mean, scanning around, making sure nothing weird is happening. Speed, using those map hacks that are called calm sat stations. Anabolic synthesis is on the way. Speed for Ultras, armor for Ultras is complete. Phalair Carapace, which to me indicates probably dropping attempt. As I always say, Ultras against mech are generally bad. If you can outnumber the tanks with your Ultras, then maybe you can pull it off. That's hard to do because tanks are cheaper and the Terran has more money than you do. So we'll see if you can pull that off. Otherwise, drop on top of the tanks, drop on top of bases that are not defended by the tanks, drop Lings on top of the tanks, drag Spider-Mines into the tanks. It's like Zealot bombing, but less tanky. Okay, we're going to see Ultras attempted to be used against the tanks here. It's not a lot, in fairness. This isn't, 20 siege tanks. This is 6. So this might actually kind of work out. Yeah, there's just smaller groups of tanks everywhere. And maybe the Ultra idea works better in this situation? I mean, obviously it does. This is a crazy game, ladies and gentlemen. I was convinced Larva had this thing in the bag, and then I was convinced that Speed had this thing in the bag, and now I feel like we've kind of settled in to a fairly even match. Larva's got this base and this base, and he's expanding to the 12 o'clock. He doesn't have this one because Speed is sitting on it. More scanning, sees macro hatches. I like that he scanned a base he has a barracks parked over. You know what's going on at that base. You don't need to scan that one anymore, Speed. Spider Mines. Oh, big group of lings. Even better use of the Spider Mine than killing one Zergling, it turns out. Plague's on the way. D-Matrix Siege Tank is up. I don't know if he needs... I guess he is injured. He's probably took some damage earlier, and that is exactly how that works. Overlord's trying to provide that vision, right? That's what this Overlord is for. These Overlords... You don't want to skip your Overlords, man. You really don't. The one time you don't put an Overlord in this position is when an attack comes to the north and kills everything you have because your army was out of position. Another scan to see the base. Speed is kind of letting Larva take as many bases as he wants, but I guess maybe Speed says, you know, a 5 basing, a 6 basing? Oh my gosh. A 6 basing meching Terran player doesn't fear much in a game of StarCraft, but it is Larva we're talking about. I'm not sure that Speed knows that it's Larva. And the only reason that we know that it's Larva is because RJB put the replay into the replay analyzer program. Saw his hotkey setup, saw his APM, saw his build order, saw his tendencies, and said it's Larva. Which is nice. So Vultures being active as always, not getting as much value as they were in the first, 15 minutes of the game, but that's okay. They don't have to. It's going to be Science Vessels. It's going to be Goliaths. Cool. We have Charon Boost. I assume we have Charon Boost. Speed's at 200 supply to 138 for the Zerg. If he's not going to drop, he's going to die. There is no way he handles this mech just by running Ultras and Lings at it. All right. Vultures into the natural base. It's just been a consistent problem today for Larva. I think Larva's dead. What is going on in this game? I mean, finally, here he comes. Dark Swarm helps, yes. Ultras with the upgrades help, yes. Almost fully upgraded. Working on not that +3 attack inside the orange cloud of doom. The Ultras are not entirely invincible from splash damage, but somewhat. Oh, well, still dying inside the Dark Swarm anyway. Dark Swarm, again, helps. It's not a guarantee that you will take no damage from anything. Vultures all up into this. I don't even know what this base is for Larva. It's like his 8th base. We'll call it an 8th base. Okay, 7th base. Whatever. More drones dying here. This is just a stranglehold. Yeah, and that's the GG. Larva taps out, and Speed is our winner in 25 minutes and 13 seconds. Oh, man. All right. Well, I guess that's a win for Speed. We knew it was based on the supply, based on the fact that we were meching, based on the fact that Speed had 6 bases up the left side of this map. And Larva was down about 70 supply. But, what a match. For Speed to come from a position where he's just not ready for mutas. He loses like 4 turrets and 20 Marines and 16 SCVs. It wasn't that much, but, could have been. Could have been that many. It felt like that many to just getting out there with Marine run-bys and Marines into the 3rd base and sniping Niduses and delaying the 4th and Spider Mines and Vultures everywhere and getting in and almost taking down the Spire and killing drones. And I said Speed had to do a lot of work to come back from that opening, and he did. And this is why Speed is awesome. This is why Speed is Speed. He's everywhere. He's fast all the time. He's killing your drones. He's making you wish you were never born. And Larva gets taken down. big time in 25 minutes in a legitimate TVZ. The mech transition was also extremely smooth. And once you're into mech, the Dark Swarm just doesn't matter as much anymore. You got to get more into drops or maybe adding some queens. But if you've done so much economic damage to the Zerg player that they can't really easily get into queens or really easily get into the drops and the amount of units they need, then they just kind of fall over dead. And that's what happened. So, GG's? Absolutely insane. What a great showing. Could not be more impressed with speed. I hope you guys are too. Let's go ahead and check out the final score. End of the day, 172,000 points versus 154,000 points. Speed has the most there. He got outproduced, but he outkilled by a much bigger number than Speed did. Both players killed 6 buildings, which is a nice symmetry. And resources, the outspend by Speed. That's it. Done. Shut it down. As I always say, if you told a Zerg player, hey, this is going to be a 25-minute game against Speed, and he's going to spend more money than you, Larva will just say, yeah, I'm just going to forfeit this. Let's go to the next one. This isn't even worth playing. If he spent more than I did, I lost. That's like in 1 out of 100 chance that you win a game when you get outspent by a Terran as good as Speed. That's it. That's all there is. So GG, man. Speed showing it, getting it done, and making Terran fans happy everywhere. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.